What up, Panther fans? I'm David Brown, along with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta. Welcome back, guys.
Cheers.
What's up?
Good times. You guys have a good weekend? Glad to be back.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what I did.
If you don't remember, then it was a good time. That's what I say.
By default.
Exactly.
You're not like emotionally scarred or anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, there could be some trauma or something, but that's obviously been repressed. So that's future Ryan's problem to deal with, you know?
Guess so.
How about you, Tim? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, went to a friend's wedding. It was fun. Monday Night Brewing, free beer again from their taps. United won again. That's always fun.
Who?
Winning is fun, man. I think we need to do that this year, Georgia State. Win a lot.
I think you may be onto something, because I feel like I have a good time every time I go to a Georgia State event, but when we win, I feel even better afterwards.
Yeah.
It reinforces positive momentum.
Exactly. It encourages me to keep on doing what I've been doing, because you have your traditions and your superstitions, and if I get really just wasted before a game and we win, I should get wasted before every game. But if I get wasted and then we lose, then I didn't get wasted enough. I didn't get wasted enough. I'm not going to change that up whatsoever at all. I'm still going to do it.
Exactly.
So, well, here we did it, guys. This is our last episode before we actually have legit football games to talk about coming up. So
I thought you were going to say our last episode before we have legit episodes.
Before we have legit episodes. It's in the off season, it's been behind the scenes, just the making of.
Yeah, our last off-season episode of the year, which is cool.
Yeah, I think that at this point, we're at 105 episodes. I think we should actually break them out into seasons now. This should be season 3, episode 52 or whatever, and then next week would be season 3, episode 1 next week.
Whatever you want to do, David. Whatever you want to do.
I'm going to wish I didn't swallow that incorrectly and I have to cough right
now. David's going to die on camera.
Did you crack the can but you're drinking out of a glass?
I have 2 beverages. I have the beer that I cracked open for the start, and I have the vodka cocktail that I drink because, it's delicious and I like it.
That's the reason you should drink things. So
exactly. Hydration, my ass. So anyhow, guys, all right. Are you guys excited? I mean, we actually have legit football to talk about next week. Tonight, who knows? But I'm excited.
I mean, next week we still don't have legit football to talk about because it's still gonna be the lead up. We won't have seen this, any football yet, but we'll at least have some a single focal point.
Well, if everything goes according to plan, I will have some guy, at least one guy from the Army football podcast, As for Football, coming on to talk about the game. So we'll have something.
That sounded inappropriate. What did you say? As football?
As for football. Yeah, you put an extra S in there. As for football.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so Ryan, you're going to actually have to do some research over this week and learn who's on the team and who plays what position and what a nickel defense is. So.
Okay, I'm on it.
Because I don't know any of that stuff.
I'm on it, man. I'll do it. That's all. It's all me. You can count on me, David. I will show up. I'll be totally prepared.
If there's one thing I can count on, it's definitely Ryan to be prepared for a podcast episode. So we got some stuff I want to talk about tonight, but before we get into it, I wanted to have somebody on tonight to talk about the season as a whole, as our predictions into it, but couldn't get anybody to come on. So real quick. What are your expectations? Just, going into the season, win-loss total. What are you thinking?
Ryan, you go first.
Oh, you want me? Okay. Look, because I did my homework on this one. So I did do a little pre-work, but it's the first time I really looked at the entire schedule and looked at each and every game. I put it in a spreadsheet and decided whether or not I thought it was a win or a loss,
So you're heading to week 0 doing what I did within minutes of the schedule coming out a few months ago. Okay,
I mean, I've done it in my head, so I sort of had an idea of what I thought about each game, but I had never put it all together in one place. But It turns out I feel pretty good about the season, and I thought I was going to be down. I had 8-4. And that was with losses at UNC and Auburn. That was loss at let me see what I had. I had a loss at Coastal and a loss at App State. And really just wins everywhere else. And you know what? I think it's pretty realistic to have wins.
That's how math works, Ryan. When you pick the 4 losses, then you got to have to win the rest of them.
But the thing is I don't think I'm stretching here. I think every single one of those other games we should be we should be picked to win those games. Every single other game there. Maybe Lafayette would be the toss up, but you know, if we lose the games we're supposed to lose and win the games we're supposed to win, we're 8-4.
All right, I like it. That would be the best record we've ever done regular season.
That's right. Best record we've ever had on the team. You know.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty realistic expectation. What about you, Tim? Where are you at?
I'm either 7-5 or 8-4. I'm kind of. There's a couple games that I need to figure that out. What do you have? What do you have?
Before we get into my completely bogus response, do you also have us losing both to App and to Lafayette? Because that's what you had.
Us losing to Lafayette.
Oh, you had App and Coastal, right?
App and Coastal.
Okay. You have those both as well. All right. I
have us beating App this year. I'm fine with that.
I think we definitely beat App. And I base my number not off of like particular games, but I definitely think we beat App this year. And I'm going to go ahead and say, we obviously beat Southern, but I think we win one of the two between Lafayette and Coastal. Because one, I think that Coastal is just last year was a fluke, and they'll come back to graces. Plus the beat down we took from them last year, it's going to be every player's mindset to change that, to embarrass them at their house. And that, if you can be any more embarrassed than playing on a teal field, to incur or inflict that upon them in the game. And I think, Lafayette, our time is coming with them as well, just like it is with the App State. So, I'm shooting 8-4, 9-5, or 9-3, I think.
All right. The Lafayette win, the reason I'm confident in that, just because it sounds like we're all pretty confident that ends up happening. But, last year we should have won that game. And the only bad thing that ended up happening was our defensive coordinator was out with COVID. You know what I mean? He wasn't calling the plays.
Wrong game. You're thinking about Arkansas State.
That was Arkansas State, but
oh shoot! Well, I have
similar
that
ending
game too. So
we're close. Yeah.
Lafayette game last year was they were coming off that high of beating Iowa State, and
that's right.
I guarantee you most people from Lafayette could not find Iowa on a map of the country, but they're coming off that high of that with their old 19 ranking. And they came in the stadium, and we gave it to them as hard as we could.
That's right. I remember that.
And it was an overtime. It was an overtime.
Yeah, it was overtime. You're right.
Yeah.
But it was high scoring, right? I mean, it was an offense-heavy game still, wasn't it? I believe it was.
It wasn't like the Arkansas State game you're thinking of, but yeah, it was it was a good game.
Arkansas State
good
was
game.
In the 50s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they combined for over 100 points or something, and we lost by like 2 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, we put a lot of points up.
All right, we're getting a question from James Lill, and I don't know what he's asking. Can you help with a week 0 point spread? I don't know.
That's the wrong podcast for you, mister.
We are not playing on week 0.
Yeah. Georgia State's not playing week 0, so I guarantee you we cover the spread in week 0. If you want. That's all I got.
But we will be at game day this weekend.
But thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it, James. So, yeah, no, I'm pretty high on this team for this season. I think it's going to be obviously probably going into it. It should be one of our best seasons we've ever had, if not the best season. It should be the best. No, it should be the best season we've ever had for Georgia State football this year. The pieces are there.
Yeah, and like I said,
the dark horse kind of thing that we have going on. I want to keep it. I don't want us to come out and like everyone's like, oh, they're actually really good. I want us to be the dark horse that just emerges and beats the crap out of everyone.
Yeah, I don't think anybody that's a fan of Georgia State should pay attention to like Sunbelt focused things, because who cares about this conference? I pay attention to it so you don't have to. So I can come in here and tell them all that's wrong. There's only yes, Georgia State is being talked about amongst the Sunbelt people as a dark horse team that could be the surprise team. And I think it's a surprise only to everyone else. I think that Georgia State fans recognize where we're at, and this is really should be our breakout year.
Yeah, I mean, as what I keep saying is, it seems like the only bad thing people have to say about our team is that we have a tough schedule. And, I was looking at the schedule and I disagree. So I think it's fine. I think there's a lot of winnable games there.
It's ranked as the toughest schedule in conference, Ryan.
Yeah, but like you say, it's the Sun Belt. So like, what does that really mean? What does that mean?
I think part of that is it's twofold. We have 2 P5 games, whereas I'm pretty sure every other Sun Belt team has 1 P5 game. And we have legit P5 games. It's not like Coastal playing Kansas for the 3rd time in 3 years that they've already beaten them twice. And then we play in the East Division of the Sun Belt, which is, I think one article even said that the East Division of the Sun Belt is the toughest G5 division in college football. So we have those 2 things going against you. You're going to have a tough schedule. And I don't even know if they take into account the fact we have that murderous row of 3 away games in November. Yeah. It's a tough schedule. It is a tough schedule. We don't finishing the out of conference at Auburn and then coming straight home to Appalachian State.
Man. Just App State and Lafayette and whatever. Like that's not tough, man.
Yeah, but it's the order of the games. Like I said, coming 4 straight weeks, ending playing at Auburn, coming home, thankfully, to Appalachian State, just not the way. Like if it was, if you flip flop weeks 5 and 6, and we were coming home to Monroe, and then App, sure, okay, yeah. But now I'm talking about we have a chance to kind of, rebound a little bit. But it's going to be tough. The guys have got. When Georgia State goes 9-3 or 10-2 in the season, they're going to be a ranked powerhouse team because it's a tough road ahead for them.
So what you're really saying is the Sun Belt did us no favors and set the bar really high for us to win.
Pretty much.
That sounds about right for the Sun Belt.
Hey, John says that he thought that Monroe had a tougher schedule. Yeah, because they're Monroe.
Yeah, every schedule. Yeah.
When your team sucks, you obviously have. John, I know what you're talking about. Having a tougher. I think it's between the 2 of us, and it really depends on which author you're looking at, whatever. But I want to say that we did get ranked by ESPN or CBS or one of the guys as having the toughest schedule, but I could be making that up to make us sound better.
I saw, I read an Underdog Dynasty. They were giving the under-overs on different teams, and they voted, or somebody said that they were going to take the under on ULM, and it was it was 1.5 wins for the season. They were like, I don't know who else they beat besides their FCS team.
I saw that. Yeah, an over and under of 1, and they're going under. I'm like, ouch.
Good God. And they didn't. I think they could have picked any team they wanted to pick the under, and they went with the 1.5 under.
Right, because they didn't pick a team from every single team in the conference. They picked just cherry picked them. So yeah. Do you guys have any bold predictions for this season?
Tim, you get to go first this time.
That's fair.
We knock off Auburn. There you go.
I mean, do you really believe that? I mean, a bold prediction is something you're supposed to believe in, not just something that you. I
do believe.
You're going to say, all right, I like it. All right, what you got, Ryan?
My bold prediction, since you said it didn't have to be Georgia State related, and it's only bold because it's happening on this podcast and not for any other reason. But I think Coastal wins the Sun Belt and is ranked at the end of the season.
Ooh, I don't like that at all.
I know. Like I said, it's only bold because.
So you don't think
believe it though?
Yeah, I think that'll happen. Yep.
You don't think that last season was a fluke for them? You actually think they're the real deal, Holyfield?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
12 games is a lot of games to be a fluke. I don't think there's seasonal flukes. That's a lot of weeks.
Yeah. Well, John says 5 all Sun Belt first team selections for Georgia State. Yep, I agree. And those 5 all Sun Belt first team selections will beat the snot out of Coastal Carolina this year. So
yeah, that's my. I had a loss there. I don't think so. I believe in matchups. That's what I was going to say earlier too. And I think the matchup is just not good. That's why they beat the snot out of us last year.
My bold prediction was going to be that I was going to agree with Ryan, but now I'm just going to take that back and be like, no, that's something I can't believe in.
Nice. You should always check with me before you agree with me, because I will say some messed up things.
You will find the way to say something you disagree with.
I put down a couple of things that I liked. And I don't think any are really that bold other than, and I'm not just saying this because of the podcast. I'm not just saying this because of my bias. Georgia State wins the East this year.
Ooh, I don't think so. I don't think so. That's bold. That is bold.
I think so.
That means we have to beat both Appy and Coastal, probably.
We do.
And I also expect Coastal to falter. So, I mean, the trash down south may even beat Coastal this year. They're going to be so bad.
What would indicate that they'd be that bad?
That's going to be trash down south's only win this year is beating Coastal. And we'll get mad and hate on them because it makes our win over Coastal look worse because even that crap down there could beat them. So that'll be what's going to happen this season.
Oh boy!
I mean, you do realize they have the easiest schedule in the Sun Belt, right?
It's the Sun Belt, y'all.
And overall, just like the whole schedule is the easiest.
You're talking about Coastal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coastal has the easiest schedule in the Sun Belt. They could very easily start the season 5-0, 6-0, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then, that's what I said.
And then that's picked by the Sun Belt.
It's all out of conference. They have like a cakewalk of out of conference, but they just won't look that good. They're not going to do that well. But once they get into actual playing East Division games, and they luck out by not playing Lafayette. So whatever. All right, cool. Let's talk about that's cool. We'll talk more about Army game next week and everything like that. But let's see what's going on right now. We have this weekend. College game day is at Georgia State, and Ryan's going out of town, so he can't be there to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll I don't know, share my Wi-Fi with you or something. I don't know what you need.
Well, I was going to say that we could use just like your driveway to park in, but I saw that the green and blue lots open at 5 a.m. on Saturday, and what that tells me is they want me to tailgate at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. That's what I gather from this.
Yeah.
So Tim, you up for it, man?
5 a.m. tailgate?
I know you got a United game that afternoon, but I think you can make it happen.
A 5 a.m. tailgate for not a game.
Ooh. I don't know about that. I'm surprised
come on.
Saying you're going to do it.
Well, at 5 a.m., everybody in my house is still asleep. I can sneak out
so you can
before they wake up.
She's like, where'd David go?
Yeah, but she won't even wake up until like 9:30 or 10. So
like, where is he?
I'm like, I'm on my way home, babe. Love you.
Pick up some Hero Donuts.
I'm bringing donuts from Hero. Exactly. This works out very, very well. Now, I hope there's a good contingent of Georgia State fans that come out to the game or come out to the game day. It'd be cool to do that. I got some State of Atlanta flags ordered. I was hoping they would arrive today, but I guess they're coming here tomorrow. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, we'll fix that. I think it's kind of cool. It'd be right out there where we used to tailgate. I think years 2 and 3 of being at Georgia State Stadium. It's basically where the PAC event was those couple of years. Be good.
Around that nub, right at Georgia Ave and Hank Aaron.
Yeah. But yeah, Tim, you are coming down though, right?
I'll be there for game day. Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully
practicing how to wave a flag.
Do you have a sign? Are you making a sign?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
Flag.
We gotta have signs. We gotta have something to get on the TV.
That's fine, SWAC. You can use our stadium.
I was thinking
the SWAC. I think
it's it's the Meek SWAC Challenge kickoff.
Meek SWAC. Okay.
I looked this up, so I'd have it. Or NC Central Eagles. I'm assuming the NC stands for North Carolina.
We played them. We played them back in the day.
Did we?
It's probably the best live band I've seen ever. I mean, their band was amazing.
I would assume both teams are bringing their bands, and I'm assuming their halftime show is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Against the Alcorn State Braves. So once we get a Braves team playing in the stadium. You know.
All right.
Are they going to do home runs when they score a touchdown? That'd be kind of fun.
John, how do you keep this in your head? He's saying that the North Carolina Central Eagles was the first overtime game for Georgia State. And I noticed he says overtime game, not overtime win. So.
Yeah.
Select words there, John. I like it.
And Matthew's tailgate for other schools' game. No, we're tailgating for college game day. We're tailgating for ESPN. We're tailgating for going over there and drinking more and waving flags and being stupid.
Yep. That's what people do at game day. Like
I will tailgate anything. If you want me to come tailgate you walking out of your office building from work one day, I'll come. I'll go set up a table and have a tent and have a cooler full of beer and bring out the Blackstone and girdle up some burgers. Yeah,
I have had to ask David to leave at weird times.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not true. I love tailgating too.
Plenty of people come to game day that don't care about whoever's playing. I mean, when I've gone in Athens for Georgia games, you got people from Texas, that guy from Washington State.
Oh, yeah.
Comes to every game day to wave the Washington State Cougars flag. I mean, there's a lot of people from other schools that come just to hang out and be part of the experience.
That's what I was about to say. I just thought about this when you said this. Yeah, is it Washington State? Is that the flag that's been at every single game or every single game day show? Yeah. So
there, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, they've got to be there. They have like an entire their own message board about shipping this flag around and going to every single game day. So they'll definitely be here. And I think there was they did one of the stories about it, and I think there was one where it got lost in shipping or something, and I think ESPN even helped them out on doing something, getting out there. And then there was maybe it was an Army-Navy game, and they were doing college game day from a naval ship, and the Washington State guys took a boat out, and they just had their boat out next to they're just waving in the background. Weird. Yeah. So yeah, we should find those guys and get some pictures with the state of Atlanta flag with them. Good. Let's see what's going on. So one, it's very simple, not very thoughtful, but I was thinking we should get a Georgia State 2025 national champion poster or board sign out there.
That would get some attention, actually. Yeah, they might even actually pick it up for do a story with it.
Right. That one, and then another easy one is, "Hey Georgia, schedule Georgia State, you cowards." So, although I thought about something, thinking about Georgia State and Georgia football. Georgia and Georgia State are the only two football playing universities in the state that have a winning record against every other Georgia football playing school they've played. We've beaten, we have a winning record against the Trash Down South. We got a winning record against Savannah. We got a winning record, isn't Shorter here? And then Georgia's got a winning record against everybody. But
so
we got a winning record against every school in Georgia that has played us, and only Georgia can say that, other than us. So it sounded cool to me. Apparently, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. Would you play Georgia, beat them, and never play them again just to hold that record?
Yeah. Clark Atlanta and Kennesaw are two other Georgia schools that we have a winning record against, and Kennesaw scheduled a 2025 matchup with Georgia Southern. So sorry, hope you don't catch anything. Can you get an Eagle Creek vaccine? Are they administering those? You probably need a lot of booster shots for that one.
It doesn't even have emergency approval, so I don't
know. If anything should, that one would. Yeah. So you guys kind of let that one just die out, didn't you?
Well, I mean, yeah.
You talk about Underdog Dynasty. Talk about some predictions and everything about Monroe. They actually had a Georgia State season preview article that came out. It was kind of all right. They said the realistic goal for the team is 7-5, and anything less than 6-6 is a disappointment, which we've said for a long time.
Yeah, I like when they say that, though. That's solid. Yeah. That's what we should actually do every year. 6-6 is the minimum. Yeah.
We've been saying that for, pretty much ever since we went to our first bowl game, is that you accept nothing less than 6-6, and but it's good to see that from somebody else, especially from a place like Underdog Dynasty, which is known to have I think multiple Trash Down South writers on the staff. So
must have gotten rid of some of them, maybe, and replaced them with actually reputable journalists.
Yeah, rest in peace. So they listed the important games as Auburn and the Trash Down South, saying Auburn's a near impossible win, but a strong showing would boost morale going into the App State game the following week. But Tim, you already have us winning that game, so you're not even really worried about that. Basically, what you're saying is it's going to be App State's more important because that becomes a trap game after beating Auburn.
Absolutely, it becomes a trap game. We'll be flying high. We won't even know what's going on. Rolling into Saturday with that.
And I guarantee you we still won't, because we'll just like roll over App State as well, and then be like, we'll show up the following set, or I guess we'll show up on the have to head down to Monroe the following Saturday and be like, oh wait, did we have another game we were supposed to do? Oh, I forgot, we already beat App State, so that was stupid. But yeah, and then they said that Trash Down South was another important game, and I don't even know how important. I mean,
why is
obviously.
That important? Wait, hold on.
I mean, it's important to the extent that from a fan base that we just want to beat those guys every year. But
be at 5-3.
I mean, like, if you were to pick the most important games, and let's just say conference games of the season, how high up the list would Trash Down South be for you guys?
Wait, what was the first part of that question?
If you were to pick the most important conference games of the season for Georgia State, which games would they be?
I mean, I think Southern would be near the top of that list every single year, if not at the very tip top, followed by whoever the best team in the East is besides us.
Well, I mean, Tim, I'll let you say your thing after I say my thing. While I agree that as long as we're in, well, anytime we play Southern, that's always going to be an important game. But going into this season, that's just not a game I'm concerned about. Yeah, obviously, that's the most important one to win.
Yeah,
I don't think it falls into that category of that's just another game this season.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's at Coastal Louisiana and then Arkansas State and then Southern, because I expect us to win. A couple of years ago, we got thrashed when we weren't even ready to be in FBS. It was really important to win that game, and now I kind of feel like, well, we should win that game. It's not, oh my God, we have to. It's like, well, we should.
Well, when Georgia State beats App State, that'll get a little tagline at the bottom of the screen. When Georgia State beats Coastal Carolina, that'll get some talk. Whatever. If Georgia State loses as Georgia Southern, no one outside of Georgia State fans and Southern fans will even care about it. Like it won't register whatsoever at all. But beating App and beating Coastal does a lot more. For the program. I mean, look at what Coastal did last year. Like, they had a good season, and ESPN was all about them. All about that.
Was because they beat everybody. That wasn't because they beat the best team in the Sun Belt. It doesn't move the meter to beat any of these teams individually, but if you put together a season that you win consistently, that moves the meter. So it's none of these teams move the meter for any of these people.
Well, if you're going to use logic and stuff like that, then I don't think we can have a conversation here, Ryan.
I mean, I'm trying to trash the Sun Belt.
No, I agree. I don't know. I was surprised to see them say that Trash Down South was an important game. I don't find it that important. I find
important to me. I want to win that game. If I lose that game, if we lose that game, I'm generally more upset. And the 34-7 or whatever that score was, my memory sucks. Watching that game on TV was like the most fantastic experience. I'm like in here dancing around, like freaking out, like, is this really happening? Am I watching this? I mean, it's hard to describe another time where I've been that excited to watch football.
That was the year. Go ahead, Tim.
I was gonna say the excitement of being there and not really being able to cheer as much as you wanted to because you had crazy Southern fans next to you staring you down.
Fuck them.
And then you finally just said fuck it and you cheer anyway.
They didn't have the banjos out or nothing, did they? Oh, whoops.
As if they have enough skill to play a banjo. But so I guess we actually have three different perspectives on that game because Ryan, you were watching on TV. Tim, you were there risking your life. And
I was upper decking it.
Yeah, upper decking it. And then I was in Tampa. That was the year I went to every Falcons game, home and away. And we were playing Tampa that week. And so I was at a bar and my wife did not want me to be watching a game on my phone at a bar. And so I just was getting the updates. And as it got into the third quarter, she's like, fine, you can pull it up and everything.
This is worse. This is because you're sitting there refreshing and
Yeah. And then it turns out there's the table next to me has got these people wearing Florida State stuff. And we start talking. Yeah, they were wearing Florida State stuff, but they had actually gone to Georgia State. So we all get together and we're watching on my phone. And then one of my Georgia Southern friends starts texting me in the fourth quarter saying, "Congrats on the win." I'm like, "No,
not yet.
No,
too soon."
Yeah, and this is before the Falcons collapsed in the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, I already knew back then that Atlanta teams could not pull it out, and
they always leave it in.
I was worried about the outcome of the game, but yeah, so that's kind of funny. We each have 3 different ways of watching that game.
I was all by myself in this living room.
There was someone from Southern that did say indescript words towards our cheering section who actually came over, which was also scary, and apologized for being a Southern fan.
They apologized for being a Southern fan?
Well, they really apologize for using indescript words that shouldn't be repeated on a family-friendly podcast such as State of Atlanta.
Wow.
I think both of you guys just blew that out within the past 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Hey man, it just happens when you talk about that.
I got excited. I told you, man, they like the feelings, they well up inside of me. That's how I know that's the more important game for me. Because App State beats us and we're like, yeah, that was supposed to happen. We beat them and it's like, hey, that's pretty cool. That's the first time for that. But like Georgia Southern, we're like, we lose to them and it's the end of the season and we win against them and it's like, we're done. We're done here.
Well, Matthew brings up a good point. It's the Southern game is an important win to keep that win-loss advantage. But even if we lose this game, it goes back to being tied.
Yeah, we don't ever want to be tied again, though, either.
I don't want to be tied again either.
I kind of enjoyed being up a couple games on them. And we built that series lead.
Maybe you guys have convinced me that that maybe that Southern game is more important than I thought it was when I saw Underdog writing about it. So, yeah, okay, we'll go with that. There's another question. Was it? What did you say, Matthew? Southern fans would have never imagined that we'd have a winning record. Oh my God! Oh man, look at the message boards. Look,
they said we never win for like 10 years, right?
PantherTalk specifically, they said we should never had football. They were on there every day. They were talking about everything. How our program was going to fold. It would take us 20 years to beat them. Blah blah blah. Man. PantherTalk has become so much nicer after 34/7 because they rarely show up. Oh my god!
Well, if you remember, it was that article that Ben wrote that said they were scared to schedule us. That really they flipped out over that, and they hadn't played us at that point. They were kind of scared to schedule us. It felt like, and then turns out they put us on the schedule, and we beat the snot out of them. So
well. They didn't put us on the schedule. They moved up to our level of playing football.
They forced it on the schedule.
We ended up on their schedule. And
yeah, exactly. And it didn't
work out too good for them.
It didn't turn out that well for us that first season. But we all knew going into that game we were going to get our asses. Yeah. We were going to get our asses handed to us that season. There was no doubt about it. We still put up.
We all got a taste of like what was to come for what Southern fans look like, what they act like. Not even the fans though. It was the players, the coaches, like the heaps of disrespect they gave us. And it was like, you know what? All right, we're gonna do this now. All right.
Right.
This was just a football game, and now it's more than that.
Oh yeah, it definitely. I was I did a barbecue competition this weekend, and I was talking to some of the competitors around me. And it turns out that this one couple that I was cooking right next to, I didn't mention anything about Georgia State for the longest time. And then finally, we're talking about doing future cooks together. And I'm like, well, football starts. I have season tickets to Falcons and Georgia State. So I can't do anything until, February, March timeframe. And like, oh yeah, we used to have Georgia State season tickets. And we started talking about that. Their son was in the marching band at Georgia State. Cool. They went to those games. They were at 34-7. They were at the first game playing Southern at the Georgia Dome, and they talked about how horrible that fan base was. And I was like, I know, you're right.
Preaching
you're right.
the choir.
Keep talking. I love it.
Exactly. But it was fun. It was cool talking to them. Just. I talk about Georgia State so much to everyone around me. I was surprised I held back that long. But once they mentioned the comment about having season tickets and their son was in the Macy's Day Parade,
yeah,
march and everything. So yeah, And so they were telling me the girl that slipped and fell, that was the big thing. There was a girl that slipped and fell in that march.
Thing. Yeah.
So apparently what it was, for whatever reason, they had put in tape at the bottom of all the girls' shoes for some reason. I don't know if it was supposed to be a sticky side out or something, but it was like frozen out there, and the girl, just her foot hit some paint or something, and went tumbling down.
That is my favorite video to see. I have it recorded somewhere.
I feel so bad for the girl because it's so bad. I was watching that at my grandfather's house, and it was so weird. The camera cuts to this girl, and immediately she just busts ass. So yeah.
All
right, we got a question. Another one from Matthew. Should Georgia State schedule Mercer? What say you guys?
How much are they going to pay us? Just kidding.
That's not how that works.
We got to pay them. I'm tired of paying FCS teams. I don't want to pay them.
I mean, I'm fine with it. I think anytime you're that close to another school, it makes sense to schedule them because it's an easy travel for them. We can probably pay them a little less to come up here because I mean they could stay in Macon and drive up that morning. I mean it's not even that big a deal. So I think you should always schedule stuff like that. And if they want to schedule us, then that's a good pay game for us. A good game to pay for us.
Yep. Wait, what was your take on that, Tim? You're not a fan?
No, I'm fine with it. I mean, if you're looking at like Kennesaw versus Mercer, Mercer's probably the more sure win, if there's a sure win of FCS teams for Georgia State.
Right. Kennesaw,
man, that game, heart attack.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, so obviously I'm still so shell shocked from playing FCS teams as an FBS team. We have struggled so hard and have won so few times. But yeah, I think we're finally reaching that point where we think we should be, that playing an FCS team is supposed to be the gimme game. Like we're playing Charlotte this year. That's our gimme game. It's our FCS team.
Ooh, that's some fighting words. When I bring Charlotte on.
No, but I think that we should get, similar to how both Georgia and Georgia Tech had the trash down south in a regular rotation when not anymore. But I think that we should do the same thing with both Kennesaw State and Mercer. I think it makes sense. Not every year, not every other year, but once every 4 years or something, you play one of those. You throw those guys a bone, and sure, I'm for it.
And you keep the money in Mercer's private, right? Never mind. Yeah. I was going to say keep it in the university system of Georgia, but I think Kennesaw you do that, Mercer you don't.
Yeah, I mean, also it's less expensive for Georgia State to host those games, right? You get some local fan interest, and the Mercer fans will come up, so you'll get fan attendance going.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to go to Kennesaw or Mercer?
Oh, right? Well, no. As Ben says all the time, FBS programs do not play at FCS teams, and I would not even want to do a neutral site like at Mercedes-Benz or Truist Park. I wouldn't want to do something like that with one of those teams either.
Can Truist Park is it equipped for football field?
It does. Yeah,
Kennesaw
plays there.
Kennesaw actually plays. They played a game. Do they play multiple games there? I know they played one.
Maybe that was only one, but I know they've hosted multiple football games there.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it look like the Raiders field or whatever, or the Oakland Raiders field?
They do it down the third baseline, I think, just like our field.
Our field we really went in and reconstructed
it,
and reconstructed, but if you watched Oakland play when the Raiders play when they were in Oakland, and you could see the baseball diamond. It was really hard to kind of tell where you were on the field because it was all weirdly colored and.
I mean, hell, it was center field all the way. I went to a game there. It was really awkward.
It's weird.
Yeah, same thing at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. We had the Falcons and the Braves playing on the same field. So, yeah, it looks awkward.
Yes, Kennesaw and Jack State did play, and it took forever for someone to win, and Jack State threw it away. But that's it.
I always liked Jacksonville State.
Good memories for the Drew Little quick kick.
I just liked them. We went to that game and had a good time, and I just for whatever reason I like them.
I I think that was one of the first games. Ryan, I had known you, and we had tailgate together. But I think that was one of the first times we really kind of just hung out at the tailgate together and really just like talked smack and had a good time and everything.
Meant to meet up, and like I showed up and you were there, and I was like, all right, well, this is where we're hanging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we had a couple other Georgia State games. We actually had, we're back to having games now again. We had soccer and volleyball played this past week. We went, as a university, we went 3-1-1.
All right. Nice.
But there were some exhibition games in there, so really we went 1-1.
Oh.
But yeah, that's fine. We're 500, I had the games here. We said men won their exhibition game against Presbyterian and tied with Clemson exhibition. And then this week they get their real season started this Thursday, playing North Florida at the new soccer complex. And then they're at Mercer. Speaking of Mercer, on Sunday, women lost to Mercer at the new soccer complex 0-1, and then beat Chattanooga up there 1-0. And they're heading up to UGA, heading to Athens on Thursday this week.
It's obviously a W right there. So
obviously, then they'll be back Sunday on ESPN Plus playing Davidson at the new soccer complex. So may tune into that since NFL will have not started yet. And I'm going to Kiss on Sunday. I'm going to Kiss Sunday night.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right. Where is that?
At the worst music venue in all of Atlanta.
Is that the one near my house? No.
Lakewood?
Yeah.
I hate that place. I
thought people like it. I've never been.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
We've taken Tally to the dog park up on the hill, but that's about it. That's as close as I've been.
It smells like a toilet bowl.
It's the dog park up on the hill. It just runs down.
No. It's people just peeing everywhere at that stadium. That venue is horrible. But anyhow, I just thought about that because of the alcohol and stuff. But I'm hoping to see Dave Cohen because, it's Kiss in Atlanta. He's going to be there.
Well, he'll be backstage, though, watching from there. I mean, he's VIP.
I don't know if he is.
Come on, man. You've seen pictures.
Yeah, well,
I've seen the pictures. Yeah.
When you go to every single Kiss concert, you're bound to get pictures.
It's the voice, man. He can go wherever he wants.
He is an Atlanta celebrity. Celebrity for sure. Also, we had volleyball played at Chattanooga, won 5-0 because volleyball team kicks ass. So they have the GSU Invitationals this weekend. They're playing Chattanooga, California Baptist, and Memphis. So there's that. So other sports. We're 43 minutes in, guys. I got a couple more things we can do last call with them, if you want to talk about Ryan, your Jordan Yates tweet.
Who's that?
Last call it.
All right. Last call it. You sent the tweet over.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I figured it out.
I was like, wait, he doesn't know what he sent?
You said it you said Jordan Yates, and I was like, what? And then I picked it up.
It's the one thing you sent me about this episode tonight. So.
Well, I didn't even necessarily know that we'd talk about it. But I see that stuff a lot, and then we just don't talk about everything I send.
Yeah, I tend to drink a lot and forget about things. So that's more of a me thing than anything else at all. So
you gotta write it down.
I've got notes.
You gotta write it down when I say it.
Yeah, I have pen and paper. I have an analog iPad. So, all right, guys. You ready to last call it?
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody for watching and interacting with the comments and the questions. It's fantastic. We're going to do a last call where we're going to drink some more, talk a little bit. Well, these guys have already been talking with the same foul mouth that we'll talk about on last call. But we'll talk a little more about it.
It was a precursor because
you can find Last Call on our Patreon page, free to everybody, patreon.com/State of Atlanta, available on Friday mornings. If you subscribe for $3 a month, you get it immediately available to you whenever I get around to posting it, as well as access to our private group chat. and discounts on our merchandise, discounts on our bus trip to Auburn. Yes.
Booze bus.
Booze bus to Auburn. I don't even have the link for it. Where is it? There we go. That's the wrong one.
Well, we need that one too. At some point.
Yeah, Auburn.stateatlanta.com to go to Auburn. I think, guys, we're going to have a couple of Auburn folks on this bus.
That's all right.
Did they buy the expensive tickets, hopefully?
Well, they better. That's what it's there for.
That's the rule. We get to kick them off halfway there if they didn't pay for that.
Exactly. So yeah, you get $10 off of the bus trip just by being a Patreon member. It's $3 a month to join, you know?
And just so we're clear, halfway there, that's where you start hearing the banjos. So
once the time change happens, it's kind of
the time change is at the border.
Is that not where the banjos begin?
No. Deliverance was filmed in Georgia.
Fair enough. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. So
we got some rural areas that you don't want to be stuck in.
Anyhow, check us out in Lescott. We're gonna have some fun for another 20, 30, 40 minutes or so. So yeah, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. I guess say goodbye, guys. Right?
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.